It's an issue that's near and dear to our region, forestry. Today, the NDP Forest Critic was in Prince George, sounding off on the BC Liberals' management of the industry. With the provincial election less than 4 months away, the debate is heating up.
Norm MacDonald is the BC NDP critic for forestry. With Prince George NDP candidates by his side, he's taking shots at the BC Liberals and their forest management.
What we know from work that the Auditor General's done, the Forest Practices Board, forestry professionals, is that much of the work on the land that one would presume government would do simply hasn't been done over the past 10 years.
His main concern is the inventory of BC's forests. He argues the Liberals have failed to gather information about the state of the forests.
We don't have accurate inventory, so that means that much of the information that forestry decisions are made can be as much as 30 years old.
For some people, they may say the inventory is not good enough because they're trying to get more out of it than what it was intended for. But inventory is something that is put in place. It's updated on an annual basis. It feeds into our TSR, and it is sufficient for giving us our estimates.
MacDonald says the NDP intends to create a more in-depth inventory, but it won't come cheap.
I think it's 20 to 24 million would get you over a 4 to 5 year period to where you would have good, accurate inventory.
There's a lot of technological advancements that we've had in terms of remote sensing, but you know, a good inventory and base over the next 5 years likely is going to need to cost in the vicinity of about 3 to 4 million.
MacDonald says another serious issue is tree planting, which he says is a provincial obligation. He argues 1 million to 2 million hectares of land need to be replanted.
It used to be law in British Columbia to do this replanting. In 2002, the BC Liberals removed that legal obligation and cut the budget for replanting by 90%.
There are some areas that have been impacted, for example, by the pine beetle or by fires, where we haven't gotten to a full reforestation of them because we are still hoping that we'll be able to utilize some of the timber as part of helping to meet our midterm fiber supply.
Rustad took the chance to throw a few jabs at the NDP, focusing on its management of forests back in the 90s.
The red tape and code that they put in place was about 7 feet tall in terms of the amount of stuff and added $1 billion in cost.
The debate will continue when Norm MacDonald and the rest of the MLAs are back in the legislature February 12th. Aileen Machel, CKPG News.